All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mike. Good to see you, sir. Hello, Diane. Glad you guys could be with us this evening. Looks like we got folks jumping on, so we're going to go ahead and just get started. Hello, Lorraine. Good to see you. Hello, Lisa. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. If you don't know what this is episode 157 of my weekly "What Am I Doing" Facebook Live Hangout. I jump on here just about every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, give or take a few minutes, and just hang out with you guys for a little bit. We catch up. I give you updates on any projects that I'm working on, whether that be with the writing, with any audio, video, anything that I am working with or touching. I try to give you guys updates on that. And then I give you just some kind of like pop culture updates on books that I'm reading and enjoying, movies or TV shows that I'm watching, stuff like that, or anything else interesting that I feel like sharing. Let's see. Hello, Tammy. Good to see you. Hello, Susan in the UK. Hello, Cindy Anderson. Hello, Yvonne. Good to see you guys. So yeah, that's what this is. It's a lot of fun. If you have a question, please ask it in the comments, or just jump in and say hello if you are watching live. Also recording this to go up as a high quality version over on my YouTube channel later in the week. So if you're watching on YouTube and you have a question or something you want to talk about, maybe in next week's episode, please just leave a comment there as well, and I will do my best to get it included in next week's video. So that is what we do. It's a lot of fun, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So right off the bat, we'll go ahead and start with what I'm reading. First of all, I wanted to make a correction. So I didn't go back and watch the Facebook Live again, but I'm pretty sure I made a mistake that I caught when I was editing the video to put up on YouTube. Last week, when I was going through the list of books that I had read when I was on vacation, one of them was a novella by Brian Keene. And the book it's about a group of like feral vampires that live in this like wooded area in West Virginia. The name of the novella is With Teeth, and I might have made the mistake and called it White Teeth. It's definitely With Teeth, so apologies if I screwed that up last week. I feel like I did. And then I was also reading a book called The Naturalist by Andrew Main. Now, this is a book that is part of a series. He's written several series, it looks like. And when I was going through and reading his Amazon bio after I finished this book, I didn't realize that he's fairly prolific and he's done like all kinds of crazy stuff. Apparently, he was on some illusionist television show in the UK, like David Blaine, type stuff. I don't really understand all of what he's done, but apparently he's a pretty popular figure, and he also then just decided to write fiction. So I read this book. I enjoyed it. It's definitely not like something you're going to run out and write home about, but he's obviously very successful. He's got lots of books in this series. I believe Amazon is publishing his work now, it seems like. So it was a fun mystery. I liked it. I like creature type stuff. I love like Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster and like that kind of stuff. I always love like the creature in the woods story. So this one kind of fit that bill, even though it turned out to be a little different in the end. But I enjoyed it. If you've read any of Andrew Main's stuff, let me know what you think of it. If you've read more than one book of his, maybe more in this series or any of his other series, if there's one I should read next that's good, let me know. I enjoyed it. I think I will read more of his. I think they're all in Kindle Unlimited, so they're very accessible and easy to get a hold of. So I'll probably check out some more of his down the road when I'm looking for something to read. After I finished that, I started reading The Hollows by Mark Edwards, and I just started this last night. I think I've read like the first two chapters. This was also a book that's available in Kindle Unlimited, and I've not read any of Mark Edwards' books before, but I have seen his name pop up on the charts here and there, so I thought I would give that a read. Fun fact, so I don't know if you've noticed this, but last week when I was talking about what I was reading and the whole slew of books that I read over the last 2 weeks, I mentioned that several of them were in Kindle Unlimited. These two have been in Kindle Unlimited as well. Despite my love for the Kindle Unlimited program because of the benefits that it allows me to pass on to you guys as an author, being able to read all the books, for that monthly fee that Amazon charges. and then having like audiobook synchronization and all kinds of cool stuff. I've never actually been a Kindle Unlimited member until very recently. I was looking for some stuff to read, and a few of the authors that I wanted to kind of like test out all happened to be in Kindle Unlimited. So instead of buying all the books individually, I just went ahead and signed up for Kindle Unlimited and paid for it. And I gotta say, I like it a lot. I'm not sure what took me so long, but I have so many books that I have like on my to read list, and so many books that I've already bought, that like the idea of Kindle Unlimited, like just throwing this unlimited buffet of more books at me, was almost kind of like overwhelming. So I kind of held out for a while, but I'm on it now. There's some stuff on there I definitely want to read, and I'm enjoying the process. So yeah, late to the game on that, but so far so good. But that's what I'm reading now, The Hollows by Mark Edwards. And once I finish that, I think the next book I'm going to read is either going to be the latest one by Richard Chismar, which is Chasing the Boogeyman, which I know Mike and a couple other of you guys, I think, had mentioned that you were reading or had read. And then Sally Rooney's new book. She wrote Normal People and Conversations with Friends. You guys know that I'm a big fan of her work. It's kind of a departure from my normal like thriller, darker horror that I like to read. But I love her work. I love her prose. I love her characters. Her new book is coming out, I think, next week. So I've got two lined up that I'm probably going to grab and maybe squeeze some more Kindle Unlimited books in between. I don't know. But that's where I'm at. Hello, Christy. Let's see. Hello, Leica. Lisa says that she has read lots of Mark Edwards. Cool. If you got a favorite, let me know. I will add it to my list. Okay, so what am I watching? I still a lot of TV here. Have not been watching a lot of movies, but lots of TV, lots of series going on that I've been getting pulled into. So still watching season 2 of Ted Lasso, which of course they release those weekly. So waiting on that. I watched the 4th episode of Mr. Corman on Apple TV Plus, which I mentioned last week. I was excited for that. The premise and the trailer seemed interesting, but overall, just don't really love it. I'm going to probably give another episode watch just because I keep finding myself watching it, but I never like really get engaged. The most recent episode, I think, or the next to most recent episode, was probably the most enjoyable of the ones I've watched so far. So we'll see what happens with the next one. Still watching 9 Perfect Strangers on Hulu, which, by the way, you know, I've watched Big Little Lies. I've now watched 9 Perfect Strangers, and I gotta say, like, I really enjoy the television shows that are being made out of Lorraine Moriarty's books. I've never read any of her work, and I feel like I should because I like all the TV shows that I keep seeing being adapted off of her work. So if you guys have read any of her stuff and have any favorites, let me know because I think I'd like to try to read one, not the ones already that have been based off, or the TV show's been based off of, because you know I've already seen the story. I know how it ends. And then we're also watching Succession on HBO. The 3rd season of that is getting ready to come out, and it's one of those shows that I always heard people talking about, and it got nominated for a bunch of stuff in its first 2 seasons that came out over the last few years. And it just looked good, so we started watching that, and it is really, really good. It's kind of stressful. It kind of stresses me out sometimes when I'm watching it. They're a terrible family. But we are almost finished with the 1st season of that, and I do like it a lot. They're long episodes. They're usually like right about an hour, like a full hour, so takes a little time to get through it, but I'm enjoying it, and I want to definitely finish it out before the 3rd season comes out, which should be pretty soon. So, and then this is really fun. We started watching the new season of American Horror Story, not the little anthology like mini episode season that they came out with, which was American Horror Stories, where like each episode was its own like standalone, kind of like Twilight Zone-ish. But this is the new season, like season 10, I think, of American Horror Story. And, you know, over the years, American Horror Story has been kind of hit or miss, depending on like what your personal taste is for the type of genre or the overall story. I still think the 1st season is like just my hardcore favorite. Just remember being so blown away when Murder House season 1 came out. Like what a groundbreaking like show and experience it was. It's been off and on. But anyway, I thought it was kind of funny because I had no idea what this season was going to be about. But I saw the announcement that it was out, so we watched the first 2 episodes, and it's basically about vampires to a certain degree. At least a good portion of it is about vampires. And I thought that was kind of funny because just last week I had mentioned reading the With Teeth novella by Brian Keene and how much I love small town vampire stories and how I wanted to write one day if I could get the right idea or the time. And then I turn right around and I get pulled into another vampire type story. So I think there's going to be more to this, but yeah, so far it's been fun. American Horror Story is not meant to be taken super serious, but the production value is always high. The performances are good. I love Evan Peters. It's a lot of fun. So the first 2 episodes of that are out. If you're looking for something like popcorny to watch just for fun, it's got a significant amount of gore. It's fun. I like it. So that is what I am watching. So moving on to what I'm working on. So clearly still working on Lance Brody number 7. I passed a pretty decent checkpoint today in writing. And I did, if you're a member of my Patreon page, I did kind of secretly drop the title of the Lance Brody 7th novel over on Patreon. So that's a little secret over there for you guys. I will be revealing the cover and the title to the rest of the world out here in Facebook and all my other social media platforms in the coming weeks once I get a few more things ironed out. But that is very exciting. The cover looks really good. I love the set piece that we chose for the cover, and once you read the book, you'll understand its significance. But it looks pretty good. Jason always does a really good job, and the Lance covers are always kind of interesting because this is the 7th one that we've done. If you're only looking at novels, not even counting the short stories, and they just kind of have this template that we try to just find a good image that represents something in my story and then bend it to the theme of the rest of the covers. So it's always interesting to watch Jason take our original image and then make it work to be a Lance cover. So it's a lot of fun. But again, over on Patreon, title got dropped over there. More coming for everybody else very, very soon, probably within the first week and a half, 2 weeks of September. And then if you didn't see my post yesterday, this is kind of fun. I know a lot of you guys that have been like following me for a while have probably either already read the books or read or listened to the audiobooks, but I am currently running this week an audiobook sale on my store, my digital store, where you can buy the same audiobooks that you would get from Audible or Apple or anywhere else. But you can get them cheaper, and you can listen to them on any device that you want. There's no restrictions at all. You can even just listen to them in a web browser if you want. I'm running a sale. You can save 40% off of any audiobook or any audiobooks in my store just by using the coupon code COFFEE. And the link to all my stuff, including that sale, is in the main link in the description of this video. So I know a few of you guys have bought a few of the books, so thank you. Hope you enjoy them. I think Joe does a great job, and he just keeps getting better with every book. And as I'm writing the new novel, like I'm already kind of like imagining Joe narrating them, and it has me like really excited. So anyway, that is what is going on. I think that's everything that's going on in what I'm working on. Oh, and one more thing. I'm going to make more announcements about this in the next, like I said, coming weeks, but if you are not subscribed to my newsletter, which I don't, use very often, I usually just do it for like announcements of sales and like new releases and stuff. I try not to be spammy with it at all. If you're not signed up for my newsletter, again, the link is up in that description. If you click on it, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can choose to click on. You may want to do that in the next few days or so, because I am going to be releasing something to newsletter subscribers exclusively that up until this point has only been available on a certain platform. And some of you guys maybe know what I'm already talking about. And plus, if you sign up, you also do get a free short story and a free audiobook of the Lance series, which I know a lot of you guys have probably already read or listened to, but just a perk if you haven't by any chance, read those two stories. But anyway, link is up there. You'll want to do that sooner rather than later because I do have a giveaway planned for you guys coming up. Let's see. Lisa says The Hallows was my favorite. The Hollows. Hollow, right? Yeah, Hollow. Hollows was my favorite Mark Edwards book. Also really enjoyed The Retreat. I like most of his books. Okay, The Retreat. I have to look for more of his. I feel like based off what I've seen of some of his stuff that I will like him. I'm gonna get through this first book and then we'll see. But anyway, I think that's all I have. I don't think I have anything else to ramble about. We're getting close to spooky season. I know it's just the beginning of September coming up, but that just means we're that much closer to October, which means we're that much closer to Halloween, which you guys know is my favorite season. I love like all things spooky and Halloween and everything else. Mike's asking, will you be off next Monday, Labor Day? Oh, Mike, thank you. That's a great point. I actually not even realized that next Monday was Labor Day, but yeah, I'll definitely be off next Monday. I always try to take those holidays off. Just because I know you guys are probably busy doing family stuff or whatever else you may be doing. So, yeah, I guess next week we'll be off and then we'll come back the following week. So, but don't worry, I will be posting on Facebook and everywhere else throughout if I have any announcements. So, I will leave you guys to the rest of your evening. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night and week. Thank you for your support. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for reading, watching, everything, all your shares, likes, comments, everything you do. I do appreciate it. I will wrap this up the same way I always wrap it up. If you have read any of my books and you enjoyed them and you get a few free moments, if you could jump over to Amazon and leave a review saying you like the book, I would appreciate it. Reviews go a long way in helping authors. Don't just do it for me. Do it for anybody that you read. I promise you they will appreciate it. So thanks a lot, guys. Always a pleasure. Hopefully we'll be back in 2 weeks. Bye.